How's it going, guys? I'm Robert from Machado Visuals, and I wanted to walk through a few recent setups I did with a few local artists. These were live acoustic performances, so we wanted everything to stay pretty low-key and relatively minimal. For Cameron's set, we were at a smaller studio that had a white cyc, so I set about 5 Asteras on the ground so that we could play with a few different color washes and gradients. We also threw on the included clamps so that we could fine-tune the beam angle and prevent them from rolling away and losing their position. Everything was connected via the Astera box so that I could program everything in from my phone. Our first song had a brighter, mellow feel, so we found a few warmer tones for the tubes to slowly cycle through to help complement the song. The Astera app isn't exactly user-intuitive and definitely takes a few reps to figure out, but it's probably one of the easiest solutions in terms of wireless lighting control. Our key light was simply just a sky panel with a Chimera softbox and 40-degree grid, which is a must to keep it from spilling onto the cyc. Since light is additive, it would have totally washed out the background saturation and kept us from getting those really rich tones on the wall. There are a few times where you see some of the spill on the left side of frame, but I wasn't really that concerned about it since I'd primarily be shooting in the other direction to help get the key more off-axis. To shoot the project, we used the Mini LF paired with the Vistaprimes, and I really love the feel that large format provides. The wider field of view lets me keep the same distance while giving the talent more room for expression and nuance, and even when you do move in closer, I feel that I can achieve a higher level of intimacy without it feeling too tight. For the next setup, we were recording a live version of China Blue, and I didn't feel the need to embrace the handheld look, so I just planted the camera for a static shot, and I thought it fit pretty well. I wonder if maybe this one's just like a, just like a tripod, that's all you need. We were shooting in OpenGate, and when I was framing up, I actually really liked how the more vertical aspect ratio felt more like a still image, and it really focused your attention on cam's performance by cutting off the sides. So I just took off the frame lines and we just shot in OpenGate. It also felt refreshingly different since a lot of people just seem to obsess over widescreen formats these days. For those that don't know, OpenGate is an option on Arri cameras to capture the entire 3x2 sensor to give you a little bit of extra resolution. A lot of people will shoot OpenGate but leave frame lines up for their target aspect ratio, and this is helpful if you're doing any VFX work because you can capture extra tracking markers on the top and bottom just outside your frame. It's also particularly useful as an operator. If you have frame lines, you can see the borders of your image and where stuff might be creeping up on set that you might need to frame out. Lighting was pretty much similar to the last song, we just flipped the key. Since the shot was locked off, I was able to match the Asteras to the song with my phone, and the idea is that the color palette follows Cam throughout the song, and as he becomes more expressive, so do the colors. You'll see that we start off with a cooler monochromatic palette and then start evolving into more analogous and complementary tones. Jumping forward to Jessica's set, we found ourselves at Naked City Audio, which is a boutique recording studio where nearly every direction is pretty much shootable. It's pretty tight quarters, so again, the name of the game was staying low-key. After we found our shooting direction, I wanted to establish the lamp in the background as our motivation, so we needed to figure out how to rig a source from behind since I didn't just want to front light them so we could maintain a decent level of contrast. Since we're rolling pretty light, I didn't have any boom arms, so we rigged an Astera using 2 CCN arms to grab the ends so we could keep the base out of the shot, and threw up some black wrap to cut off the bottom edge of the fixture so that it wasn't affecting our background. If y'all don't have some black wrap handy, get some. It's basically just matte black aluminum foil, and it does wonders when controlling spill in a pinch. The lamp in the background was coming in a little hot, so we stuck a little MC in there at like 3%, which also removed the excess light coming from the top of the fixture. I removed the matte box eyebrow so that we could let the vistas flare up a little and give a little life towards the top of the frame. And you generally want to eliminate flares because they affect contrast and can sometimes be distracting, but I didn't really mind and I actually quite enjoyed it. That was pretty much our entire setup. We added in a 2x3 solid to cut a bit of ambient spill, but other than that, it was pretty minimal. We weren't looking for something technically perfect, we just wanted it to feel natural and organic. Oftentimes, these kinds of space limitations can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way. I absolutely love working on little creative projects like this, mostly because I simply enjoy minimal setups and good music. I found myself using the Titan tubes a lot lately. The internal battery makes it incredibly convenient to just throw it wherever you need it, and they last forever. On another recent project I did, we used a tube to give a little lift to a backdrop, and it easily lasted the entire 8-hour day, running at about 40%. Shout out to Nick for helping out and getting involved this time around. It was his first time using an easy rig, but that did not stop the good vibes from flowing. If you have any questions on this video, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
That was a good feeler. Yeah, great feeler.
How you feeling?
Oh man. Rob makes it look too easy. Rob makes it look way too easy.
I feel like I could have done better on the wrap.